Good morning students, how are you all? Myself Mrs. Krishna Ganguly from Personal Tutor. I was teaching about cell structure and function. Continuing that, today's topic is cytoplasm and nucleus. As I told you before that when we are talking about cell structure, there are three parts. What are they? First, cell membrane, that we have already discussed. Then cytoplasm and nucleus. So let's start with cytoplasm. As we discussed before that cell membrane is the membrane, the outer covering of cell that protects the cell from the outside danger. Inside cell membrane there are two parts, that is cytoplasm and nucleus. Inside the cell membrane there is cytoplasm and nucleus. So first let's discuss about cytoplasm. It is a jelly-like fluid present between the cell membrane and nucleus. Jelly-like substance means, what does that mean? That means it is not liquid, it is not solid. In between stage, that is jelly-like fluid. So cytoplasm is a jelly-like fluid present between the cell membrane and nucleus. All the life functions of the cell takes place in cytoplasm. All the life functions in cell take place in cytoplasm. Inside cytoplasm, all the life functions take place. That is the second point of cytoplasm. Third point, a number of components called cell organelles are present in the cytoplasm. That means inside cytoplasm also there are some organelles, cell organelles, which are present in cytoplasm. Those are mitochondria, Golgi body, ribosomes, mainly mitochondria, Golgi bodies, ribosomes. About these cell organelles I will discuss later on. So in cytoplasm we have learned 3 points. First one is, it's a jelly-like fluid present between whom? Between cell membrane and nucleus. Understand? Second one is, all the life functions of cell take place in cytoplasm. Okay? And a number of components called cell organelles are present in the cytoplasm. If we name them, they are mitochondria, Golgi bodies and ribosomes. These are some main cell organelles which perform the life functions. We will discuss about these cell organelles later on. As I told you, whenever you are learning science, whenever you are studying science, make sure that you are making points. You are writing down the points. If you are writing down the points, then it will be easy to remember. So as I told you, there are 3 points in cytoplasm. Okay. Now let's move on to nucleus. Actually the brain of the cell. Let's move on to the brain of the cell. As I told you that cell is having 3 parts. They are cell membrane. We have already discussed about that. Secondly, we have discussed about cytoplasm. Now let's move on to nucleus. Nucleus is actually the most important part of a cell. It is actually brain of the cell. As in our body, brain is the main part of our body to perform any work or any function. Same in cell, nucleus performs the main part. So it is called brain of the cell. Now nucleus is actually divided into 4 parts. What are they? Nuclear membrane, By the name you can understand that it is a outer covering, membrane, as cell membrane. Nuclear membrane, nucleoplasm, nucleolus and chromosome. These four are the parts of nucleus. Again I am repeating: nuclear membrane, nucleoplasm, nucleolus and lastly chromosome. Understand? So what are the points of nucleus? You have one question in your NCERT that please discuss nucleus with its distinctive features, So these points are the distinctive features of nucleus. First point is, it is the most important part of cell, that is brain of cell. Second point is small spherical or oval shaped body floating within cytoplasm. It is a small spherical, small, spherical means like a sphere, spherical or oval shaped body floating within cytoplasm. It is a small spherical or oval shaped body floating in cytoplasm. Third point, it is located in the center of the cell. Nucleus generally is located in the center of the cell, center. Fourth point, surrounded by a thin membrane called the nuclear membrane. Now we are coming to the parts of the nucleus, and as I told you that nuclear membrane, nucleoplasm, nucleolus and chromosome excuse me, are the parts of nucleus. So first, nuclear membrane. It is the thin membrane which surrounds the nucleus. That is called nuclear membrane. It is porous. That means it has pores in it. Pores, hole type part. Pores in it and allows the movement of materials between cytoplasm and inside the nucleus. It is porous, the membrane of nucleus is porous and it allows the movement of materials between cytoplasm and nucleus, between cytoplasm and nucleus. Fifth point, fluid inside nuclear membrane is called nucleoplasm. So first we have covered nuclear membrane. Nuclear membrane is a thin membrane. Secondly, it is porous and it allows the movement of materials between cytoplasm and inside the nucleus. Fifth, it is a fluid inside nuclear membrane. It is a fluid inside nuclear membrane which is called nucleoplasm. As I told you that cytoplasm is a jelly-like substance, jelly-like fluid which is inside cell membrane. Similarly, the fluid which is inside nuclear membrane, it is called nucleoplasm. Sixth, a small spherical body present inside the nucleus. Nucleus is itself a small spherical or oval shaped body inside the cytoplasm, but inside the nucleus also there is a spherical body present inside the nucleus, that is nucleolus. While you magnify through microscope, while you magnify the structure, then you can see the nucleus stained by the staining object. So while you are watching, while you are viewing the microscopic view of cell, you have nucleus, and when you are magnifying, then inside the nucleus also you can find a spherical shaped body that is called nucleolus. So we have already covered three parts: nuclear membrane, nucleoplasm and nucleolus. Last one is chromosome. So again, recapping about nucleus, the most important part of the cell, it is a small spherical or oval shaped body floating within cytoplasm, floating. Third, it is generally located in the center of the cell. Fourth, it is surrounded by a thin membrane that is known as nuclear membrane. Fifth, this nuclear membrane is porous. It allows the movement of materials between cytoplasm and nucleus. Fifth point is nucleoplasm. What is nucleoplasm? The fluid inside the nuclear membrane is called nucleoplasm. Sixth point is what is nucleolus? The spherical body that is present inside the nucleus. Inside the nucleus. When you magnify through microscope, you can see that spherical body. Okay, that is called nucleolus. Seventh point is about chromosome, the last part of nucleus. In nucleus, there are some thread-like structure like this. There are some thread-like structures. These structures are called chromosome. Okay, it is present in nucleoplasm. Actually, chromosome presents in nucleoplasm. So these are some thread-like structure which is called chromosomes, And what is the importance of chromosomes? Chromosomes carry genes. You have heard about genes? Sometimes we say that you have got the gene of your father, you have got the gene of your mother. What is gene? Gene is actually nothing. Gene is very important part of your cell. It is the unit of inheritance in living organisms. Unit of inheritance. Inheritance means it controls the transfer of a hereditary characteristics from parents to offspring. Actually, gene is the part which controls the transfer of hereditary characters from your parents to you. I have told you in reproduction and in cell also that we inherit the characters of our parents. How we inherit? Someone told me that how do we inherit? So I have to explain that is because of gene. That is because of gene, which controls the transfer of inheritary characteristics from parents to the offspring. Like if your father is having brown eyes, maybe you would also have brown eyes. Similarly, if your mother is having curly hair, similarly you could have had that curly hair characteristics. How is it possible? It is through gene. It is through gene because it controls the transfer of hereditary characteristics from your parents to you. So from where we could get that gene? That is from chromosome. Chromosome actually carry genes which helps in transfer of character from parent to offspring. Gene is in chromosome and chromosome is in nucleus and nucleus is in cytoplasm and cytoplasm is in cell. So hopefully you have understood. Again I am recapping what we have learned today. We have learned the next two parts of cell, that is cytoplasm and nucleus. In cytoplasm we have 3 points, that it is a jelly-like fluid. Secondly, it all the life function takes place in cytoplasm, and a number of components called cell organelles are present in cytoplasm. That is, some of them are mitochondria, Golgi body, ribosome. We will discuss about them in later session. Next we came to nucleus. There are some points about nucleus, that it is the brain of the cell, the most important part of the cell, and nucleus has four parts, that is nuclear membrane, nucleoplasm, nucleolus and chromosome. Nuclear membrane, the thin membrane of nucleus. Nucleoplasm, the fluid present in nucleus. Nucleolus, an oval shaped body is present inside nucleoplasm, that is called nucleolus. And lastly, chromosome, some thread like structure is there in nucleoplasm, that is called, they are called chromosomes. And chromosomes actually carry genes which actually transfer the hereditary characteristics from your parents to you, that means from parents to offspring. Understand? So in next session we will continue with prokaryotic cell, eukaryotic cell, and about these three organelles and the difference between plant cell and animal cell. Thank you.